Hi, welcome. I'm Jessie Walters from Charles Rutenberg. I'm here today to give you guys the market update and talk about real estate a little bit. Thanks for joining me. This week I have done a lot of new construction, meaning that I have a bunch of customers and we've been going from place to place, and I want to talk about that. And if you guys need any help with new home purchase, but you're kind of in a situation where funds are a little bit tight, I have a bunch of ideas, and there's a bunch of opportunities. When you're a realtor, you get all the specials, and believe it or not, there's some specials with new construction. So we're going to talk about that. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is I know the news is saying the market has slowed, that things aren't moving as fast. So now the average is under 30 days for if you price your house correctly. So if you're still overpricing your house, it's going to sit on the market, just as it normally would. And 6 months ago, of course, you still would have got offers on it, even if you overpriced it. But now it's real important, as we were talking about before, to make sure you price that home accordingly. If your realtor's good, they're going to tell you the price that you should market it at. And then also, if you have your dream price, they might take a chance on that, but they're going to be asking you to reduce pretty quick so that you can get in that 30-day period. If you actually listen to your realtor and you go for it and you take their suggestion, or if I'm your realtor and we sell it within 30 days, that's the average right now on the market is 30 days. So when they basically when the interest rates first came out, everybody was kind of shocked, and it slowed the market a little bit. But it didn't pick up as far as the inventory and stuff like that. So in other words, there's not thousands and thousands and thousands of homes for sale. So supply and demand. So if there's not a lot for sale, it keeps the market up. So with that being said, there's a lot of, this didn't actually print it out, but there's a lot of homes that in areas that people are it's still sought after. So this is going to keep the market up. So my actual, actually what I saw with my own eyes, not saying what like the news and stuff saw, but what was going on was, so you'd put something on the market, the first 6 months of the year, and you would get multiple offers, no problem. And then when August, when they raised the interest rates, then it would sit on the market a little bit. But then we also still had the sellers pricing things that were like maybe overpriced, or maybe they were trying to still take advantage of the market that was previous, which everybody was kind of like, what's going on? So now people are just pricing it where it should be. Things are staying on the market 30 days. And now the interest rates, people are getting creative with the interest rates, meaning that they're buying down rates, that they're doing adjustable rate mortgages again. So they're doing things to make it affordable for people. And with January coming up, you're going to have tax returns, stuff like that. So meaning that you're going to have money to put down. And that's what we're going to talk about with the new construction and stuff like that. So the prices had gone down probably about 10%, which is what I had seen, like I was saying, with my own eyes. So if your house was 500, 10% was like 50,000. And I know it sounds like a lot, but people were saying, well, what's the average? And it was about 10%. So we then say, well, everybody else's house is going for 450. Let's price it at 450. And then bam, it sells within 30 days. And then people, when the prices went down a little bit, the interest rates went up a little bit. So they were like, okay, I can justify purchasing the house. Where now the actual, not just new construction, but agents, sellers are watching the news, and they're saying, why don't I offer the interest rate buy down, and that would help the buyers out. So I just had one. We just sold the one that was listed on Diane Drive, and that's what we did. They came back with the interest rate was high, and the flood insurance quote was high, because the flood insurance has really gone up in the state of Florida, and along with our homeowners insurances. So what we did was we bought down the rate. Now this buy down with all the closing costs was probably around 10 grand. So, you're about to reduce it 10 grand. So instead of doing that, you just say to your buyer, hey, I'm going to give you a credit to buy down that interest rate. And that really helped. That held the deal together. buyers were happy. They got the interest rate brought down. Then it made the extra for the flood insurance go away because it was like an even Steven thing. So there's some creative financing, stuff like that. But like I was saying, the prices went down about 10%. But then guess what? The projected for Florida is usually about 4%. Right now it's 3.75%, which means that you may be giving them 10% off, or you may think, oh, my house dropped. But the average increase in real estate in Florida is about 4%. So your house may have gone down, but it's on the way back up again, which doesn't make any sense, but that's just real estate, and it's always projected to go up about 4% a year. So we haven't had the bottom out. I know a lot of people keep saying, well, in 6 months, this is going to happen. I'm busier now. It's just like, for me, it's like May or June again. I'm listing houses. We're getting pretty quick on the market as far as selling them and stuff. I had some which we'll go over, some that are under contract, but I'll show you guys the pictures of them just to give you an idea of what's out there and how much they are and stuff like that. So that's kind of the market update. The market update is there's still low inventory, which so you're still going to sell your house. If remember, it's either price or location. So if you don't have the location, you better have the price. And if you don't have the price, you better have the location. So if you have a beachfront property and it's, it's 2.5 million, but it's, it's not a 2-story, it's a 1-story, and it's located at Clearwater Beach, you're going to sell it because that's a sought after area. And you may people may think, well, there's no way they'll get that. But if nothing is for sale in that area, you're definitely going to sell. And then again, if you have a home and it's, say, an area like a rental area, and everybody's selling their houses for $299, $250, and you put yours out at $225, you're going to sell yours because you have the price, or you have the location. So those are the key things in real estate always when you're pricing. And remember, when you're pricing, you want to get 3 properties in an area to compare with. Usually it's sold, but right now it's also going to be for sales. As we'd gone over this the other day, you're going to use those as your the for sales as your comparable too, because now it's more competitive as in, so say I live in Trinity Oaks. There's 2 houses for sale. They're exactly the same as mine. There's 2 houses that sold. They're exactly the same. I'm going to take those 2 that are for sale and those 2 that are sold, and then I'm going to average them together to get my price. Because the 2 that are for sale are literally my competition. And when you start to think like that, you don't want to be, oh, they lowered theirs 1,000, I'll lower my 1,000. You don't want it to be like that type of competition. You want to be like, okay, mine has this upgrade, theirs doesn't, but if I put mine at the same price, then I beat them because I have these upgrades. Or if I put mine at 5,000 more because I have so many more upgrades, someone would be able to justify it, like an appraiser who's going to come in and look for these upgrades. So there's stuff like that can actually, help you to kind of, look to see where you're pricing it. Look at your competition, what's for sale. Look at the solds, because that's what an appraiser is going to do. But the appraiser also is going to look at what the houses are going for in that neighborhood. So I just had one I just had 2 appraisers go in, and it's funny to see the FHA appraisals again. So before, 6 months ago, we would say, don't bring me FHA, don't bring me VA. It's so horrible. I would still do VA anyway, but don't bring me VA, don't bring me FHA. Just bring me cash and conventional. That's what my sellers want to see. They don't want to see anything with any contingencies, any real restrictions, anything that I might have to do extra. So with that being said, we didn't see FHA, we didn't see VA, but now the last 2 sales have been FHA. So I just had the FHA appraiser out, very nice guy, very patient. Homeowner's sick. Homeowner's got food poisoning. So I go over and sit in the house, kind of last minute, because I didn't know. The homeowner said, oh, just let the appraiser and you don't have to come over. I said, okay. So anyway, so then I get the call from the homeowner, and the homeowner says, I'm throwing up. I have food poisoning. It's not COVID. I don't have any fever. I'm not contagious. So then I have to call the FHA appraiser and I say, hi, homeowner's sick. They, leave a message. They didn't get the message. So anyway, I go there. Now at this point, I had tried to get a quick workout in. So I'm in the workout outfit and I'm sitting on the front porch because I don't want to disturb the homeowner who's sick in bed. So I'm sitting on the front porch and the appraiser pulls up and he's like, hi, I'm here to appraise your house. I said, I'm actually the realtor. I'm dressed like the homeowner, but I was just at the gym and I thought I'd steal away for a couple minutes, but the homeowner is sick, but they're not contagious. The food poisoning, the FHA appraiser, no problem. Nicest guy in the world. The only thing that he failed us on was there's a new regulation with the water heaters, and the runoff valve has to have a PVC pipe come out of it and then go to the floor. So with that being said, he said, you need this PVC pipe, and he told us what to do. And I said, okay, thank you. And he said, well, then I'll have to come back out and re-inspect. Now, a re-inspection fee goes to your buyer, and it's between $250, $300, $200-$300, somewhere in there. So it's not a cheap fee, and it's something that you want to make sure you have everything done for an FHA appraiser. And so I send him a picture. Nope, still has to come back out and look at it, inspect it. Comes back out, everything's fine. Close the deal. FHA inspector, nice guy, just, everything's good. And then I had another FHA inspector yesterday, and they sent me a picture of where a smoke detector with carbon monoxide, where it should be. We need this in. I'm not going to finish this up until I see a picture of it installed and stuff. So I call the homeowner. Homeowner runs right out because they had already moved out of the house. Runs right out, puts the fire alarm in with the carbon monoxide, puts it right by the garage where he asked for it. I send a picture. I send a picture of the box, the receipt, so he knows it's actually what he wanted. He says, good job, get the thumbs up. And then this morning, this is yesterday, this morning I get FHA appraisal has passed. It has appraised out. I think a lot of times we were really worried back, 6 months ago, because people were overpricing. And that was a lot of the reasons why people didn't want to use FHA and VA, because you knew you were bidding against other people, and that these people that, FHA and VA is 0% down and FHA is 3.5% down. We knew that this may have been all the money that they would have down. So we would say things like, okay, if this doesn't appraise out, do you have extra money to put with it? And if they said no, of course, you didn't want them to be where they would lose any money, or this could be a problem, or even put them in that position where they're spending, $500 on a home inspection, and then the appraiser comes around and says it didn't appraise out, So we were trying not to put them in that position. Is kind of why a lot of people didn't stop taking FHA and VA. But two touch wood, or metal or whatever that is, two FHA appraisers came out, no problems whatsoever. So that was a relief to see that it's going, well. And just, good guys, very polite, very nice. Not that they were mean before, but it's a very stringent, appraisal. So when you have a home inspection, they go through and they check every plug. And they check the appliances, they check the roof, they check in the attic. So an FHA appraiser, when they come through, they usually measure the outside. They take pictures of the outside, to verify your square foot that you're selling is actually the square foot that they're noting. They do a visual of your roof. They go in, they open up your electrical panel, and then of course they look at the water heater. They check for your fire alarms. They make sure that there's no holes in the flooring. There's an oven. I think that there's an oven, not a fridge, or a fridge, not. I think it's the oven. And then this FHA inspector said, "Can you turn on the air condition? I want to hear the air condition go on. It click in, So I turn on the air condition." And then he said, okay, now the air conditioner went on. Now I need you to turn that off, and I want you to turn on the heat, and I want to hear that click on. So I did both of those. He said, you're good. It took about, I want to say about literally less than a minute to do that one part. But they go through and make sure everything's good. Like I said, that if there's if you have a rug and it has a big hole in it, that's going to get flagged. So you want to make sure all the flooring is good to go. So, but with that being said, the FHA appraisers, everything passed. I know what to look for ahead of time, so my clients know if they are accepting an FHA financing. I'll tell them you're good to go. This house, you're going to be fine. There's nothing I can see. We did miss the fire alarm and we did miss the runoff, which was new for the water heater. But otherwise, you as a listing agent, you can kind of walk around and say, okay, see this floor, you need to repair it, or you need a nice rug to go over this rug, or your dog ate part of the rug, but stuff like that. Be prepared that it may not go through if you have a big hole in the carpet, or at the doorways. Like your dog, you shut your bedroom door, and your dog was there. I've seen that a lot where they just dig a hole in your carpet. If that happens, that'll get flagged. So you want to make sure that repair is done before the FHA inspector goes out. There's no cracked windows. Basically, they want to make sure, with FHA being 3.5% down and VA 0% down, they want to make sure that when you get into this home, that it took you, minimal down payment to get in, but they also want to make sure that it's there's nothing that needs to be done. So if you have if you need a new whatever it may be, like the stove doesn't work, the fridge doesn't work, they're wide open, and they look in disarray the house and stuff like that, that you're going to have a harder time. But if the house is neat, and like I said, the appliances work, air conditioning works, roof looks good. Now if there's shingles, if you can stand back and you're in the front yard and you see a bunch of shingles missing, probably is not going to pass FHA too. So you want to make sure that they're visually, everything looks good. You're not, as a realtor and a homeowner, we're not contractors. We can't tell everything, but you want to make sure it looks the best that it could possibly look from the ground, with no, like I said, no shingles missing. And this one even had a tree fall from the hurricane, and it was on the fence, and nobody said anything at all. And I was worried about that, because the homeowner behind the house hadn't cleaned it up yet. And but they didn't say anything at all, so everything was good. So the homeowner behind the house is still working on cleaning that up, and it's on their fence, but it wasn't noted or anything like that. But anyway, so I'm going to talk to you guys about we're going to take a quick break, but I'm going to talk to you guys about new construction. I want to first thank Freddie Rapina from OptaFinancial. He's our sponsor of the show, and he's a great guy. If you're doing any type of new finances for the new year 2023, he's the guy to call, and he'll be happy to help you. Has a whole bunch of new, fresh ideas, great ideas and stuff. So everybody sit tight. We'll be back in just a second. Welcome back. I'm Jessie Walters from Charles Rutenberg. I'm talking to you guys about just what the market's doing, and then also I have definitely gotten into new construction, which I always sell new construction. I probably sell not probably like 3 to 6 a year. Not a whole bunch of new construction. The new construction I was selling, my customers would buy a lot. So I have 2 pending right now with this builder my customers bought a lot, and then they would build, and that would take sometimes a year. Sometimes I think we're on this one, we're going into, I think we're at 13 months. So it was a custom home builder. So it's not like where you go into an HOA neighborhood and there's a whole bunch of builders and stuff like that. So this builder that I have, first like I said, we find a lot. They know of some lots, but we find a lot. You buy your lot, and then from there, we build this home with this home builder, and the houses turn out great. And like I said, it's a process. But with last, like I was saying, in 2022, all the demand for homes and stuff like that, the home builders really went to town on inventory. Not all of them, but some of them. So if you're looking for a home and you're on limited funds, I have a couple home builders right now that, as a realtor, they'll send me specials. Now, what's a special? But what do I mean by a special? Is a special being, okay, we're going to buy down your rate, which we were just talking about, which is your interest rate. So your payments, maybe less, or we're going to give you some closing costs. And so, or you can do either one, or some will have you do both. So I just was out at one property, and I have a picture. We just signed at the one property. Let's see if we can get the picture to come up. And it's a picture of me with my clients and their new construction home. And I can see it. I'm going to usually, if it doesn't come up, I'll put it up at the end. But anyway, they're very excited and stuff, and they signed. And what the good part about that is they had a minimal down payment, meaning that they didn't have to come up. They could use FHA, which is 3.5%. And then they had, we looked everywhere, and I found a builder that would give them closing costs and then buy their rate down too. So when you have those two things together, it makes the home very affordable. So there's a lot of different areas, which I'm not going to tell you exactly which home builders do what and whatever, but if you guys want to call me on that one, I can help you. So in other words, I'm working backwards. Like right now I have one, and this is crazy, but she called me and she had asked me, I have 10,000. I won't obviously say their names or your names, so don't worry, but I have $10,000 down. I want my payments to be $2,000 a month. And I also want 10,000, $2,000 a month. And I want a newer home because I'm not real savvy on stuff. So a new home would be great. So I started on this hunt to find this house that would fit into this criteria, because it's very, I want to help everybody. It was a referral from one of my friends. And so I, which I always, referrals are the best. And usually that's how I get most of my clients, is going to be referral based, So anyway, long story short, I did find her one, but it's not exactly the location she wants, because she wants to be in Tampa. So everybody in Tampa knows that the highest square foot prices for compared to Pasco, Hernando, is going to be Tampa. Tampa's going to have a higher square foot price. So you're going to get a smaller home in that area if I do actually find you new construction. Well, I did find new construction in some areas, like I said, close to there, like 45 minutes from there, not ideal locations for her. I did find $2,200 a month, stuff like that. She didn't want an HOA, and she didn't want a CDD fee. So that, of course, it minimized the new construction locations, because a lot of those are going to be with the CDD and a HOA. So when I was looking around, I found some bargains. So I found a lot in Zephyr Hills right now. So some of the townhouses in Zephyr Hills start around $250. So $250 is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and then it's a 1-car garage. So with that being said, so how many square foot is it? Around 1,500. Now on some of them, now on the realtor section that we can see as realtors, but you guys can't see, it'll say, so some will say, any options at signing, home site premium less, seller's concessions, assistance. So which means that they have some type of special going on as far as seller concessions. That's basically the fees and stuff that you have to buy, or you have to purchase. So in other words, there's going to be, they're going to have different fees because it's new construction, and then you're going to actually ask for money to help you with the closing costs. Now, some of this builder, which I won't go into what name these builders are, but this builder obviously is taking all, cash, conventional, FHA, VA, all those different loans and stuff. And I was where I was the other day, I was listening and there was a gentleman there who was paying cash. He wasn't my client, it was another client. And they said they were going to pay seller's concessions $13,000, but this gentleman goes, "Well, I don't have a loan. I have cash." And they said, "Well, we'll give you $5,000." And the reason for that is that as a loan, you're going to have more seller's concessions. You're going to have more, like you're going to have to escrow HOA fees. You're going to have to escrow some insurance fees. You're going to have to escrow your taxes and stuff like that. So there's more fees. So they can't give a cash buyer more than it's actually going to cost them for the loan. So basically, if you have a loan, they're going to pay on some of them $10,000. I've seen some for $13,000. I've seen some as $23,000 where they buy down points and stuff like that. But this one is saying just seller's concessions. Now these are all townhouses, and the monthly fees are around $200 a month. There's no CDDs on these, and this one's around $254,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And these are all club fees, $68.59. So if you want to add on to like some type of a club, additional commission based on base price. So if you're a realtor, don't put 14 karat gold sinks in there because you're not going to get paid for it. And then some of these, so they have a picture and stuff like that, and they have the best pictures, and it's all staged up. But of course, when you go in there as a buyer, you're going to have all white walls. You can stage up the stuff. You can make it decorated just like the model homes, but when you go in, it's going to be white walls usually, or a light gray, and the basic stuff like that. And then you can upgrade if you wanted to. The one I just sold came with standard with granite in the kitchen, granite in the bathrooms, flooring around the wet areas, tile, and then carpet throughout. Now, if you want to change those, they will let you do that. But again, it's a premium to change them. Now, I had gone to one, and they, so the prices look really, really great on the internet. So my customer sends me the, Zillow. Oh, you can get a 4-bedroom home for unbelievable for $287. I was like, $287, it's way north, but I was like, that doesn't seem right. So, anyway, what I do prior to my customers driving an hour or whatever to this location, because they live a little further away. But so instead of just saying, get in the car, let's go, and we'll find out together, I do my footwork. And my footwork told me on this one, after they called me back, was that the lot premiums were starting at $50,000. So it seemed like a great deal. And still $325 is not a bad price for new construction. But when you add, or $330, when you add on the $287 plus $50,000, now you're in the 300s. That made sense. Did they still want to go? Let's look at something else, maybe a little closer rather than go. And they would have on this property, being that it was like less expensive, they would have what they call scattered lots. So you have a HOA development, and then they have the new construction will have scattered lots. What does scattered lots means? Scattered lot means that you may have one house, and we were talking about this before. You may have one house that it's on a HOA neighborhood. You have one house that's brand new. You have one house that maybe is 1980 across the street. You have one house that's like 1990 here. And they call it scattered lots, meaning that this lot is not in an HOA community. So most of the streets that I've been on and looked at scattered lots have been nice. It hasn't been, nothing has been looking terrible or like it's going to, fall down around it or anything, looks bad. But if you like a HOA neighborhood where everything is very kept, all the houses are brand new, then you're going to want to go to the HOA instead of a scattered lot. Well, scattered lots are less expensive. So then when we had the lot premium and then we had a scattered lot, it was $287, and we had a lot, it was $50,000, and then it was scattered lot. So you're not in an HOA, you're just on a street that like with this mixed homes and stuff like that, and then you're looking at around $330,000. So that's why they chose to go to another neighborhood, which we did find, believe it or not, for less than 330,000. So that was amazing. And then the one, like I was saying, the one with the 10,000 down, I did find her one. I don't know if she's going to go forward with it, but this one's in an HOA community, brand new community that hasn't even broke ground yet. So when you get into the new construction, you get to find out what's coming up where. The one that I just found was on State Road 54. So it's not actually advertised yet. Nobody knows about it except for me and you now. And it's basically they're breaking ground, but you can still go to other home sites. So in other words, she said, it's just literally, if you go and look, it's just dirt, and you can see like some electrical and plumbing, but there's nothing there. You can't even see where the lots are really. You can kind of get just an idea. Well, they have another home site, another model center, and then you can go look at the property. I mean, look at the home there and say, oh, I like this home. Well, that's what it's going to be there closer in this location. And that's how they're selling them. So they're selling them before they're even breaking ground. So she was laughing because she's like, I can't believe I'm even telling you about this. But the whole thing with my customers, they want that location. And so when you tell me I want this location, then I work hard for you to get it. So that's one of them. And then, so I had more of these villas, believe it or not, under construction, townhouse in Holiday, 1,541 square foot. Again, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage, and they're again helping with assistance. And each builder, like I said, is different. So if you're looking for, if you only have minimal down payment and you're like, I have to save up more, call me, because you'd be surprised what I can get you into right now. I'm not sure why, but there's a lot of specials with these, the builders and stuff. This one, Lana Lakes, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage, under construction. The first floor of this 2-story includes an expansive great room, direct access to the cozy nook, and well-equipped kitchen, has a covered patio attached. Upstairs, multi-purpose loft divides the lavish owner's suite from the additional bedroom. So, this is it's a nice house, $269. And then again, this one, we're going to have some seller's concessions. So, and I don't know what they are until that moment. So like, in other words, they'll have a special. They had one until December. If you had purchased a January, February home, you got extra. And sometimes the realtors will even get bonuses, but I'm not seeing any on here, or any of the ones that I've gone to lately. So this one, Hernando, there's one in Brooksville, and we're talking 2-bedroom. This one's only like 1,200 square foot, 275, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And that one's more north, but that's a single family residence. There's no HOA. There's no, of course there's taxes. Taxes right now are just the land, which is $620. But so there's home sites everywhere. Now in this builder, this one's a pre-construction. This one's near 50. And again, this is another builder offering some different stuff. Now I went to one, and there was one in Pasco, and I don't like to say the names of them but they're not offering anything whatsoever. They're still, you purchase the home, it's in the upper floors, and then the design center, they say the average design center cost is between $40,000 to $60,000 when you go in there. So they give money for the design center. So depending on which area that you're going in. So in other words, if you're this one neighborhood's pretty sought after, and like I said, everyone goes to the design center. Everybody picks their countertops. Everybody spends an average of $40,000 to $60,000. So they give you money for the design center is their incentive. But if you have a good realtor, you can actually find what your incentive. So if you're at the point where you're like, I don't care so much about, I know my monthly payment, I care about what the house looks like inside, as far as I want this upgrade. Then there are some higher end homes where you can actually pick your flooring, do you want a chef's kitchen, depending on where you're at. Now, if you're a person who just has, like I said, my customer, I have another customer which I won't mention their names and stuff like that, but I'm going to show you guys their actual closing document to show you how much down that you would need, as far as how much do I actually need to bring to the table. So this is a scary, thing for people, because they'll say, well, I only have this much money. So actually what I've been doing is working backwards. How much money do you have? You have 20 grand? Okay, I can put you, you want to go with this much a month? I can put you in here. Okay, you don't want to go that much a month? Okay, I can put you here. So I'm driving around and I'm finding all this stuff, this footwork prior to get my customers into these homes. And it's actually been working, with the new construction and stuff like that. Of course, I'm still selling the pre-owned homes. I have a bunch pending this month. Thank God. So like I said, everything is picked back up again. And for a lot of realtors, people are busy again. So I know the news is saying people are slow and the market has cooled, but I think it is back on now. And this is our busiest time, January, February, March, because all the tourists are here and they're actually purchasing homes and stuff like that. And as you know, Florida, I always say, has the beat to its own drum. In other words, Florida does what Florida does, and we always have tourists moving here. Your house is always going to sell. So never have I not sold a house, if it, like I said, it's either location or price. So you're going to sell. But these new construction deals are awesome. I'm going to take a quick break, but I'm going to talk to you guys about what you need to get into a home, like to give you an idea at the base, the moderate, like the most popular priced homes and stuff like that, just to give you an idea of what you need to actually get in. So everybody stay tuned, and we will be right back. We're just going to take a quick break, and I'm going to throw up the closing costs and show you guys exactly what you'll need to get into a home. So we'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Jessie Walters from Charles Rutenberg. I'm just talking to you guys mainly about new construction today because I was so excited. I wrote a contract on Monday evening, and I have a picture of the happy family that I'd helped. And their home will be finished. As you can see, the drywall is in the garage. There's a window missing. It's just under construction. That's what it actually looks like. That's their house that they have a deposit on. And then I took a picture of them by the model center to kind of give you what it looks like finished. Real nice home. When they're finished, just beautiful. Again, that's the model center there. And then we have a picture of all of us together, and you can see how happy I am for them. They have a big family, so that home is going to definitely be filled with a lot of happiness and joy. And we got a lot of specials for them. They're very excited. So everything seems to be going well. I have another couple, which I have been slacking actually, because with social media, you're supposed to put pictures up of what you're selling and stuff like that. I had 7317 Diane Drive. That one I did not put, I don't think I put up on social media that I actually sold that home. But that was a nice home. It kind of gives you an idea what you can get for $240,000. That one was 1,500 square foot, 7317 Diane Drive. And that was a nice home, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. And, just a great house. Just looked like it was staged and stuff. Just a very nice home. I had 12507, or I have 12507 Stagecoach. This home is a 4-bedroom, 3 bathroom, 2-car garage. This home is $340,000 is the asking price. It is a gorgeous home inside. Or actually outside and inside. And it is, down from floors to paint to, crown molding to granite, just to pretty much everything in this home is new vanities, new, like I said, flooring, fans, new crown molding, just pretty much new roof, new AC, new water heater, new electrical panel. Pretty much everything in that house is new, and you can kind of see what you can get for $340,000 on a pre-owned home. That home is located in Beacon Woods, Hudson, Florida. Very low HOA fee, a hidden golf course community, which is very popular, and they like to call that the hidden gem in Beacon Woods. Now, this home is currently under contract, so you can put a backup contract in if you'd like, or we can show you more, or I can show you more homes in this price range in that area. Again, that's just a beautiful home. So that's a nice one. Like I said, not available as far as it is under contract, but you could be a backup, or we could look for a home very similar to that, close in price. But that one's just, gosh, that's a gorgeous house. I had another one, and it is at 10090 Drive, or 10090 David Drive. Say that 5 times fast. That one was pulled from the market because the tenants, to be honest, the tenants wrecked the house inside. So we did have that listed at 185, and it's 2.38 acres. It's temporarily off the market while the homeowner has to paint and just do some fixing up and stuff like that. The tenants did make it very difficult to show that house. They were always, we got the flu, we got COVID, we have this, we have that. So it's nice that they're gone as far as when you're a sales agent, you're trying to get in the house. And so you'll have an agent on call, be like, I want to get in the next 3 hours. And they say, no, my son's sick. And 2 days later, no, I'm sick. 3 days later, no, just excuse after excuse. But they did actually beat up the house quite a bit. So that one is temporarily off the market. I also have 7326 Bramblewood. That one is located, it's 7326 Bramblewood Drive. It's located Port Richey in Orchid Lake. That one is a 4-bedroom again. And that one is a pool home, and it's located just right off of Ridge Road, and a very nice home. You see the palm trees, has the deck outside, and also has a place where she had her jacuzzi there with the pavers, and you can see just a very nice home. Now this one is, let's see, this one is currently under contract too. It's $369,999. And that home, like I said, just very nice inside. It has a huge kitchen, and that door in the back goes to the inside laundry room. But as you can see, just very nice. And it is under contract. Very excited buyers. Touch wood, nothing should go wrong on that. If you want to put a backup offer in, you're welcome to. But I can also show you other homes in the area. This one is kind of an anomaly because it's a 4-bedroom in that area, which is not a normal, like a normal thing for this area. So I think that's probably why it went under contract within a couple days, actually, after putting it on the market. So that's a good one too. I also have some lots for sale that have, let's see, one's on Petunia, and that's not in the Pasco, Pinellas, Hillsborough County area. It's in Northport, and that one is a great deal, $35,000. I also have a lot on Lakeview. I want to say it's Lakeview. Is it Lakeview? Spring Hill? No, that's not Lakeview. It is Fairview. Is that right? Yeah. 96,000 Fairview, big lot. This home is a buildable lot. It's right, as you can see on the aerial shots, it's right next to some very nice homes and stuff. That's a very nice lot. You're going to have to probably clear that one because there are some bigger trees, not clear it totally, but, lease some in nature. But as you can see, there's a pool home right next to it. Some newer homes, very nice homes around it. And that that lot is located in Spring Hill, right by the Suncoast. So you're going to have just the potential to get to Tampa very quick. So if you're looking to build your dream house, again, I can even fix you up with a builder to get that done. Custom home builder that I use a lot, and he could actually help you, fit a house on there and build that up to. I have another lot on Boyd, and that one is still for sale too. I want to say it is Boyd, and did I say it right? Broad. Okay, I was close. No cigar on that one. 29,000. And that's like I was saying before, that lot does look already pretty clear and stuff on that one too. And I have one on Commercial Way. It's 20 acres, probably about 10 are buildable, and that is right off of US 19 in Wikibachi. That one's 1.5 million. And now if it was 20 acres on US 19 and all was buildable, it'd probably be about 2.5 million. So that kind of gives you an idea as far as how much is buildable. And also the location of it is great. It's kind of in between two small pond areas. So you've got almost like an island there. So with that being said, you're going to have something like maybe an ACLF, maybe, everything has to be approved by the county, but maybe townhouses, maybe storage, maybe, just different things that you could put there. So that's a great opportunity for somebody there. And then trying to think if I think I have them all. I have been showing quite a bit of houses lately, believe it or not, in Spring Hill. So I had a customer, very nice and stuff, and she wanted at least a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Spring Hill so she could be closer to her son and her daughter-in-law and stuff and family. And so we started looking, and the prices of those homes are around between 270 to 315, somewhere in there. So we would look at the different homes and stuff, and most of them had newer kitchens or their kitchens redone. They were closer to the 300 mark. The ones that had the older kitchens were more like 275. The ones that had to be, kind of redone were like, some I'd see at 265. But so if you're looking for you want to retire and you just want a pool home in Florida, some great areas and locations have been Spring Hill for finding those pool homes that were negotiable, some of the people were motivated, of course, some people are like, that's my price, I'm not going to go any lower. But a lot of people were on the market for, 30 days. Some of the ones I was surprised because the news says, that it slowed down. But we went out the one day, it was first day on the market. The house was 315 or 310, somewhere in there. And I told her, at this point, it was one day, and my bad that I got them pre-approved, but I hadn't got the letter yet because there was one thing that they had to do. But we didn't expect the hurry as it was like 6 months ago. So she had to call the mortgage person, and the mortgage person I used, Dylan Gaston from the mortgage firm, and she sponsors the show. So I called her up and I said, can you help us out with this? She said, yeah, my customers, they had to go shopping. And they were like, we're at Sam's Club, we'll call her when we get done, thinking there's no urgency. Anyway, long story longer, we get back, finally get the approval. Now it's 6:00 at night. And they call back and they said, we got everything in. Now it's 7:00. So I go to write this up, the contract, it's already under contract. They already have a buyer. If anything falls through with it, we'll get back to you and stuff. So it had already gone under contract, and that was in one day. So if you like I said, if you price it right and you have a home that you keep up and it looks really good and it's been redone, then you will sell it, right away. So that house was sold within a day. And then I had another one, the same thing, and so we got the urgency thing back again. Like, it's not that you might have one or two offers coming in. You're not going to have 10, 20. but there still is people, or there still are people out there searching for the exact same thing as you. So if you see something, and you're thinking maybe if you're 100% go, you better go for it still, especially if it's a pool home in Florida. They're still going and stuff like, they're still sought after, still going forward. So I want to say I showed them 8 houses one day and 5 houses one day. And the ones that were newly listed, competitively priced, did sell, are under contract. The ones that they had, well, we'll take a lower offer if you want to throw one in, those are still sitting because they were, at the top of the market and they still need to work. And meanwhile, they would take less money, but they were offering it higher. So if you price it, like the one that was 310, 315, that was just, new kitchen, new flooring, the pool recoated, new pool cage, the outside looked great, just totally pressure washed and just, looked great outside too. If you have something like that where you have pavers outside, just really kept well, paint inside's good, paint outside, then you're going to sell it quickly. If you have something like I was saying, the kitchen needs to be redone, the pool needs a resurface coating, your roof's at the end of its life, maybe put it between the highest and the lowest. If you think you're still trying to get more than your realtor's like, I don't think we're going to get that. You still want to push it. Maybe put it between instead of putting it at the highest and then saying, well, I'll take, a lower offer because it's sat here for a month. It looks much better if you've sat there, for like a week or two or 3 days and rather than 30 to 60 days. So as you keep reducing it, but a lot of buyers right now want to see that reduction too. So, which is a strange place that we're in as well. So like, in other words, you list it and a buyer will sit there now and go, well, I'll wait. I think it's overpriced. I'll wait to see if they reduce it. So a seller will say, well, it looks bad, I reduced it. And I'll say, no, the buyers want to see at least one reduction now. Like all the buyers I work with, they go, hasn't been reduced yet. Maybe I should sit tight. Maybe it'll be reduced, So that is the, kind of what we're in with the pre-owned homes now. But anyway, if you're looking for a pool home and you want it to be a bargain, like I said, we can go to Hernando area, definitely find you a bargain there. But there are still good deals here and there, as I was saying, with the, with your closing costs and stuff like that being paid with the new construction. So definitely call me if you're in the market and you just don't think you can make it work right now. I bet you I can find you something, And when we were putting up the closing costs, I don't think I put the closing costs up. I had an example of one that to show you what the closing costs would be on that new construction. And it was, this one was like $329,000, just to give you an idea. Brand new home, new construction, and they're giving closing costs. As you can see, they're giving an estimate. The estimate would be like $11,000 down, which is 3.5%, which is FHA. And then after you pay that, you're not coming up with anything. So you can see all the credits on there from that's a builder giving an estimated closing cost amount saying, don't worry, we're going to buy all your points down. Don't worry, we're going to pay most of your closing costs. So this example, the buyer ends up just putting $11,000 down and then getting either this could work for a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom home, just depending on which area you like the best. So this is a pure example of what I'm dealing with as far as when I call up and I say, what specials do you guys have right now? And these people put $11,000 down. This house will be finished in March. And this was the one example just to show everybody, but I have something very similar to this with a real person. And they're going to put around, like I said, like 11,000 or 3.5% down based on the house price. So if you're looking for FHA and you're like, well, I have to come up with this, maybe I'll ask my seller for closing costs. If you call me, I can definitely find a builder that will pay your closing costs. So that's an awesome thing. So I want to thank my sponsors. I have Delynn Gaston from the mortgage firm. I want to thank her for always calling right back. and helping up my customers and putting them number one, even if it's Sunday night at 7 o'clock on the weekend. Don't kill me, Dylan, because you know I'm calling you that late. And then I have Freddie Rapina from OptaFinancial. I want to thank him for sponsoring us. And he's a financial planner. So if you're looking to invest in the new year, whether it's stocks and bonds or mutual funds, or it's or 401ks or some type of financial investment, and then also growing your real estate portfolio at the same time, his definite specialty is to mix both of them together. So he is an asset if you're looking to buy and sell as far as rentals and flips and still invest at the same time. He's your guy. So thanks for my sponsors and everybody. I just want to tell you guys to have a blessed day. And hopefully last week you got your goal sheets together for 2023 and you got your New Year's resolutions, and it's only been a week, so you're still following them. And don't give up on yourself, and have a great day. And we're going to see you next week. And everybody have a blessed, happy week. And call me for your real estate needs, buying and selling. I'm your girl. And call me, inbox me, or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Have a great day.